All right, let's talk about something that's basically your digital lifeline. We're diving into data backups. You know, that one thing that's going to save you from a total digital meltdown. So let's jump right in.
Seriously, just imagine that for a second. Can you feel that pit in your stomach? Your hard drive just dies. Your laptop gets swiped. The main server at work just gives up. This isn't some movie plot, right? This stuff happens all the time, every single day. And when it does, wow, the fallout can be absolutely brutal.
And that right there is the mindset we've got to get into. Look, this isn't about being paranoid or expecting the worst. It's just about being smart, being prepared. The second you accept that losing data isn't a matter of if, but when, well, the need for a real solution becomes blindingly obvious.
So let's get down to it. Why do we even go through all this trouble? It all boils down to one single fundamental idea. The whole reason backups even exist.
And that word is availability. That's the whole game. It's just making sure that when things go sideways, and trust me, they will, your stuff is still there. You can get to it. You can get back up and running. A backup's entire purpose in life is to guarantee that availability, especially when everything else has just completely fallen apart.
Okay, so if we're going to build this safety net the right way, we all need to be on the same page. We've got to speak the same language. So let's nail down a couple of core concepts, starting with the big one.
Sounds simple enough, right? It's a copy of your data. But here's the part that everyone messes up. It has to be in a separate location. Think about it. A copy of your data on the same hard drive that just died? Yeah, that's not a backup, that's a tragedy. That separation, that's where all the magic happens. It's what makes a backup, well, a backup.
All right, let's zoom out a little bit. If the backup is the what, the actual copy of your files, then disaster recovery is the how. It's the whole playbook. It's the step-by-step emergency plan you pull out to actually use that backup and bring your entire system back from the dead after something goes wrong.
Okay, great. So we get it. We need a backup and we need a plan. But what do you actually put it on? And where does it go? Let's dive into the actual tools of the trade.
So when it comes to physical media, you've got a few choices. You know some of these already for sure. Things like external hard drives or little flash drives. But when you're talking about really serious, big-time backups, there's another player in the game, and that's magnetic tape.
Yeah, you heard me right. Tape. I know, it sounds super old school, like something from a spy movie. But LTO is actually a modern, seriously high-capacity format. It's unbelievably reliable and really cheap for storing just massive amounts of data. We're talking about backups for entire companies or even huge data centers.
And this is where it gets interesting, because it's all about trade-offs. You see, LTO tape can hold a ton of data for a really low price per gigabyte, but it's not exactly speedy. An external hard drive, yeah, that's pretty fast, but it's going to cost you more. And flash drives are the fastest of the bunch, but wow, do they get expensive when you need a lot of space. The bottom line here is you've got to pick the right tool for the job you're trying to do. So, after you've picked your media, the next huge decision is where to keep it. Do you keep it local, right there in the office with you? The upside is you can restore things super fast. Or do you go with the cloud? Now, the absolute killer feature of the cloud is something called geographic diversity. Because if your office building has a fire or a flood, guess what? Your local backup is toast too. But that cloud backup, sitting safely in a data center hundreds of miles away, it's totally fine.
And that's really the heart of it. A cloud backup is all about storing your data somewhere else, offsite, to give you that redundancy, that protection against those big, location-specific disasters. It's just an incredibly powerful layer to add to your safety net.
Okay, now listen up because this next part, this might be the most important thing we talk about today. And it's the one thing almost everyone forgets. See, having a backup is a good start, but an untested backup, that isn't a safety net. It's not a plan. It's just a wish. It's just hope.
The word for this is verification, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the process of proving that your backup isn't just a collection of corrupted, useless files. It's the quality control step that turns that hope into actual confidence. You need to know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you can bring your data back.
So how do you actually do that? Well, first, you check the logs. Just make sure the backup actually finished without errors. Easy enough. Next, you can try simulating a recovery, in a safe little sandbox environment. But the real test, the ultimate proof, you have to perform a real restore. I mean it. Go in there, grab a random file or a folder, and actually bring it back from the backup. If you can do that, you're golden.
Okay, so let's picture it. The worst has happened. You used your backup, your verified backup, and you've got your data back. Phew. So you're done, right? Time to relax? Not so fast. There's a very clear, very specific definition of what complete actually means in this scenario.
And this just says it all. You're not finished when you've got some temporary fix in place. You're not done when a couple of people can kind of get back to work. Complete means everything, and I mean everything, is back to exactly how it was before the disaster struck. 100%. That is the finish line.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Is your safety net really ready? I mean, really. Is it stored somewhere else? Did you pick the right way to store it? And the big one? Have you actually tested it? Because the time to find out if your lifeline is going to work is right now, not when you're already in free fall.